How do you actually build up a big gas tank? Is it sprints? Is it long runs?
Is it just conditioned over the years?
I mean, I've always been someone who runs a lot. So people who say, "Oh, I don't run," that's rubbish. I run all the time. Like, run is like your baseline fitness. And then I do okay, Dave doesn't run.
You don't
No, do you know what? That's a lie, because when you're in fight camp, you run every day without fail. And I think that's normally because you've got loads of weight to lose, but you still run every day.
It is because of the weight. That's the only reason I run. Running is.
But have you ever gassed out? Well,
yeah.
Yes. Okay. You did. But you've never been at the end of a fight like hanging off the ropes, like, oh my god, looking like you're absolutely dying.
I don't know about that, but no, I think to be honest, again, it depends on the person. You know, a 60-kilo girl running is different to a 90-kilo man running. Yeah. You know, it's different impact, different pressures on your knees and stuff like that. So you can take an absolute, you know, like a monster of a man, and you keep putting him on the road to run, and he's going to damage himself. There are ways of doing it. Don't get me wrong, the you know, the longevity and running's good for mental strength and stuff like that. I get most of my thinking done. So for me, one of the reasons I would run was I would use it almost like a bit of meditation. I would run, and when I would run, I'd run everything through my head. I wouldn't allow myself to think about the fight until I'm running, and I'd go for a run and I'd run the fight through my head. I'd run silly little things. How do I want to start the fight? How am I going to celebrate when I win? That's the one thing I would never have in my head. I'd never think about losing. How am I going to celebrate? What am I going to do? What interview am I going to do afterwards? Like silly things like that. The smell of the changing room, what it feels like when you get in the ring. And I would use that run. That's my 45 minutes. That's my hour of just running the fight through. So
that's just how you get through your run.
And how I get through the run.
It's a good way to get through. Stuff a little bit. I was thinking, I might go for a jog
because I can't stand
Otherwise, he's like,
I hate exercise. You know, like I don't like it. So that I use that run. That's my time to think about the fight, think about what I want to do and stuff like that. But I think that the pressures on your body when you are a smaller person and you're going running, it is very different. For fitness, I know people that for my first fight, I did so much jogging. I ran, and then the fight started and I gassed. And I remember thinking, I'm outrunning everyone at the gym. But it's because I'm not sprinting. I'm not doing anything to spike my breathing. So that is knowing what bits to do. Like one of the things that drives me mad, and so many fighters say it to me, they'll miss a training session, they'll go, it's all right, I'll run instead, I'll go for a run tonight. No, like if you're having a rest day, have a rest day. But if you're thinking of having a session, have a session. You know, jogging is not a training session. It's good for weight loss, good for your brain, but I find it doesn't, in specifics of the actual fight, I don't think it makes you much fitter for the fight. There'll be someone that disagrees with me, and someone that will say, you know, you should be running every day and stuff like that. But